Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are on day 37 of the new account. We got like 3 minutes till I have to do my trials run, so we're gonna wait patiently for that. And we'll start off with that before we go back to chasing the rod of 7 parts. I don't think we're getting all 7 parts, but you know, is what it is. Do as much as we can. Much as we can. Hello, Private Marco, Star Chaser, Lurking Rider, Ethel Mouse. Hello, hello, hello. Your fallbacks are getting to 1200. Nice. Nice. Watching a past VOD. Hey, sorry to interrupt. We got started a little late today. My day started later than normal. And we had the storms roll through last night. Whenever that happens, I can't sleep. So that just screws everything up. Mouse, 10 steps across the quad. Nice. Picking up speed. Picking up speed. Like tick, tick, tick. I feel like we're waiting for Jeopardy. Only max of 3 lawful champions in the formation at any given time. Hey, this person topped my damage score. They must have done a deep run or something to boost their value. Or maybe they already did today's run. That might be it. Wait, no. No. They had to have gone deeper to boost their main value. Which is fine. I'm not doing that. I'm not wasting my time on that. I'm not wasting my time on that at all. I don't care about top DPS. Played some Doom last night. Was working on spice farming, but man, for whatever reason, the people on our server just, I don't know. It's like they're scared to solo crawl with a sand crawler. Like they go out and they just use their compactors, but it's like, man, you burn through compactors so quickly, and it's so much work to get like a medium field cleared with a compactor and an assault thopter, like. And it's frustrating because it's like, ugh, I'm just like fly over and I see them doing that and I'm just like, oh, what a waste of time. What a waste of time and energy. Didn't get much done because other people were on the spots using silly stuff. Okay, so we can't put Diana in. Yeah, crap. Well, crap. No. Yes. What else we got? Test, maybe? Yeah, okay. Miriam? Nope. Baldric? Nope. Melf? Yep, okay. Great. Music. All right. Larkin Rider just leisurely stroll across the quad, 10 steps across. Hey, Dokun. Seem a bit down? I don't know. Just lack of energy from not getting a whole lot of sleep. They're worm shy, apparently. I don't. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's frustrating. I would rather like, I don't know. I don't have the. I'm not on like the busiest server, and I kind of am okay with that because it lets me go like solo crawl and. But like if they do server merges and suddenly I'm on a busy server and people are you're just using compactors, then I can't solo crawl anymore. I have to just fly around and do the same stupid crap they're doing. And I don't want to do that. That's no fun. Hello, MCs. Calyx is speed champion. First shows up when I filter for only speed. It doesn't say that he is. He has a spec choice. That's why when it shows you that over here. This little icon. Oh, I don't own him, so it's not showing that. There's a little icon that looks like a spec choice icon that comes up when you own him. When you filter. But yeah, he has a spec choice for that. How far are we going? 475. Let's throw some potions. Down. Oh yeah, 13,000 gems. Hey, that's enough for the notary. Past contents 25. Boom. What do we get? I don't care about any of this. Don't go away. Diana feet. All right, well, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, Xenobite. Now, I mean, we might already be done with this. Like, done in the sense that he's dead, Jim. Let's see. We got 3 days left, so that's 3 times 24, plus the 23 hours, times 60 to turn it into minutes, plus 55 minutes, times 60 to get seconds, times 5619, which is my assault party DPS. And that's 2 billion health. Yeah, she's dead. She's already dead. I mean, she's not, but we're succeeding at this. We're not going to fail here. So that's another tier down, and another tier down, and another one bites the dust. Yeah, we just have to just wait the days for it to work. Wait, what? Yeah. Notice it doesn't even tell you what tier you're on there. Legend. Tier 4. Okay. What's frustrating about the naming... Okay, let's talk about Trials naming real quick. What's frustrating about the naming is they didn't keep anything... Like, the pattern didn't stick, right? Tier 1 is normal. Tier 2 is heroic. Tier 3 is master. Tier 4 is legend. Tier 5 is called torment. Tier 6 is then grandmaster. Wait, why? What happened to like heroic? Like you just left off heroic. You skipped that. We went straight to master again, but we added grand in front of it. When tier 7 is grand legend, it's like, okay, so we're starting in, and then grand torment. So they just skip normal and heroic completely. And then they start repeating master, legend, and torment. But then they get to 9 and they're like, well, grandmaster wasn't enough. Now you're an exalted master. And then 10 is, well, now you're an exalted legend. And it's like, why couldn't you just call it tier 1, 2, 3, and 1 through 10? Like, and then we'd all understand what was going on. No. Hey, Dance Lover. That wasn't on the menu. Apparently. Leandra says you inspired me to try Vecna's campaign, so now I'm looking for a third gold tank. I don't. Is it Evelyn and Egbert? Not Eric because of Ishii, so how does Avandra work in practice? She's fine. I mean, if you're just looking for a tank that has gold fine, yeah, you'll do it. But she's not going to be a better gold fine than Valentine. I don't. Dance Lover, 65 steps across the quad. That's 50 steps across, 15 back. Making that run. Streaking. So once we're done here, we're going to head back over to Vecna. Do the Wizards 3, get our first rod piece. Every second adventure here gives a rod piece until you have all 7, basically. I don't know how far we're going to be able to get, but we're going to do our best. Again, just trying to grab, like, that's still in the realm of easy to get, you know, gems. The blessings are pretty garbage. Wait, I'm going to click on the wrong thing. Damage of lawful champions? Man. Like, what we really want is this one. We really want to try to hit 7.5 E21 so that we can get the first global, because this is actually a good... This becomes a good buff. Everything else is local. Like, this, at least they gave us a gold find. Local gold find for here. That's the one that you want, but it starts at E12. So... Is Conjuring lawful? Nope. Yeah, so it doesn't even help. Oh, Dance Lover leading the charge ahead of, but one step ahead of Bayu Shakir, apparently. So we have 4 and 3. So just for the sake of balance, I need to get one of these. I always pair those. Why's that going to... Oh, well, I know that makes sense. Well, like, how is Caddy resetting our DPS? But it's because of Valentine. Because of Valentine. $475 is the goal. So this will be the last day I contribute to this because, I mean, it's going to run down a lot overnight. But then we're into the weekend, and well, I know it's going to succeed, so there's no reason for me to do more. Normally I would log in and do my dailies, but I don't need to. I don't need to. Monday will have 15,000 scales from that. That's enough. You'd be surprised if yours lasts more than 3 days. Well, I mean, depending on, you know, the tier you're doing and how much people are contributing, it can go real fast. Yeah, I mean, we didn't have anybody with amazing DPS. And this person didn't do yesterday's, which is, you know, fine. But that means it's going to take a little bit longer. So, yeah. Half health halfway through day 2, yeah. It sounds like a lower, I mean, that's usually the lower tiers. I like that. Yeah. Manadleer, 20 steps across the quad. Heroic. Yeah, that's how that usually goes. Hey, dilettante. Should have done the next tier, but was in a rush and just joined whatever was up. Oh. Yeah, you always want to do whatever the next tier is. If you've completed a current tier, you should always try to be moving to the next one. You'll find there's more people looking for groups as you move up in the tiers. Obviously, the most is at 10, but and you want what you lose when you do something for the second time. You lose the first time completion reward. So like this victory bonus at 350 is including a first time completion award. So that victory bonus will drop. Yeah. So then you don't get as much, like for the second time around. What's the? Hold on. I know what that value is. Oh, the victory multiplier is only 50%. So first time completion, I believe, is the where the 300 comes from. Let me see. Yeah, you get triple bonus scales for the first one, so yeah. So it's like a 200% of that is a first time completion. Something like that. Meanwhile, is your fail now being held hostage because your previous campaign is waiting on other players to complete? Oh. Yeah, they have to log in and claim their reward, or at least recognize it. Yeah. Well, to a certain point. I mean, it will let you loose from that. I know for a fact it will because I've had my pre-made send me the code for the next one, and I hadn't even completed my rewards yet, like claimed my rewards yet. So it will let you out. All right. Boom. 1575. That's fine. All right, I'm good there. Back to Vecna. All right, this time there's armored enemies, so we just want to try to go the 450. We don't want to push deep where there's armor. This place is hard enough as it is. So. Hey, Traylon. I guess I could turn this off. We're not really chasing those epics at the moment. Traylon's 15 steps across quad. Man, I almost wish I was a developer of some kind so I could make a little thing that was on the screen that showed like little mini avatars of everybody in chat, like, and how far across the quad they were. Like, and then running back and forth. That would be hilarious. But I couldn't do that. Dillaton asks, is that formation best described as a ragtag bunch or a motley crew? It's a gold farm party. It's literally a gold farm party. Plus King of Shadows, who's here as the DPS. So it's because of the way Vecna and Turn of Fortune's Wheel work, like there is this weird thing where you can, if you start off with a gold pushing party, it actually is, it gets you a lot of gold, and then you can always swap in your pushing team later. It works for progress. So yeah, because the gold is so bad. All right, I'm trailing. Yes, figured out one of my favorite pushes weren't going as far as they should. I never changed level from next to a number, so never opened anybody's 4th feat. Oh, well, I mean, that's not a huge thing, but that could help a little bit. Yeah. Feats aren't like legendaries, right? Like a legendary could be huge for you, right? Like one legendary on a champion could be huge. Depending on how much you level it up. Feats are rarely huge, but sometimes they're nice. Like, I love my speed feats. That's why I focus on speed feats first. Some stat feats are nice. And then there's some functionality things that are nice, but even like a pre-stack feat, is it going to help? Sure, but only if you've got item levels too. Like, it's going to help a little bit, but yeah. So, I mean, you get a little more progress, but it's not like amazing. It's not outrageous. You want it because you can get it, but stream avatars is a thing, customizable. I know they do something with it, but I don't know if it would do what I want it to do. I can look this weekend, I guess, or right now. And weekly offer 840 platinum for Epic slot 2 for Diana. You know, that's gonna be your call. I think I got mine on this account from a weekly offer, but I think it was less than that. I don't remember. It's definitely, I mean, obviously it was real nice for me because, you know, because I just wanted to get her capped as quick as possible, and that happened at like with both of the feats that happened around island level 100. But you know, everybody's gonna value their platinum differently. Ron unlocked the lore yesterday. Nice. 50k jump feet for rush stacks. Is that only for situations where your favor exponent is much, much higher than the area your speed team can clear to? It's specifically, I just consider it a gem farming feat. For the most part, because I don't usually run like pushes. If I'm pushing through some, I don't usually load the lore in. I'll put someone else in. But in gem farming, it just makes it easier to make sure that she has her stacks, like her maximum stacks, as quickly as possible. Yeah. I need to get it on this account still. Well, he doesn't really do. So, I mean, if you can clear to 470, you're talking like insta click kill, right? So I mean, yeah, in your scenario maybe not, but the thing with like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, people may have it at lower favor values, and at lower favor values, I don't know, or lower power values. I don't know. It was just always one of those things where you put it in because it made you more efficient for. It made sure that you were maxed on gem farms. If for some reason your situation doesn't need it, then don't bother wasting. Then don't spend the gems on it. But you know, that's not always how things go. I don't know. So nowadays it may be more now that it's easier to get favor, it feels like probably more of a feat for just speeding through areas. So like if you're trying to grind through adventures and variants and you're not going super far, you're maximizing the stack she gets. Probably now what it's transitioned into. MC says feels a bit sad when you can't even soft cap your champions after area 600 in Vacna, man. That's why we do this. I don't think we've soft capped it. Well, we might. Well, now you know. Yeah, we definitely didn't soft cap the first time. But yeah, I think for people who can go real far, like there's people with, you know, E100 plus favor. They need that. They're going to need that feat, right? So figure out if it works for you. I don't know that. We haven't done a test run in Wild Beyond the Witchlight for me to know how far I would go there. Yeah. With insta-click killing. But you figure that out, and then you do your math for Thalora, and then go from there. Yeah, Private Marco, that's, yeah. Private Marco says E100 favor doesn't give you enough of gold find to go to area 1000 with just click damage. Yeah, that's, and that, then that feat, it makes more sense, right? Because on my main account, everything is over E100 favor, except for Fortune's Wheel and Vacneva Rune, right? And even those are in the 70s. So you'll get to the point, you know, where you want it, where you're gonna want it, right? Basically. It's not necessarily right away, which is nice. It's nice not to have to get that feat immediately, right? When you have to get so many other things right away to make your speed team good, and you can just not get that one for her. Yay. Yeah, I mean, getting it early lets you set your number lower if you wanted, like your area completion lower if you wanted. It's there's you know, you gotta test your gem farm and then see if you need it for her. Because of the link between the favor and the stacks, you've just gotta try it out. There's gonna be a point where, you know, maybe it isn't necessary. Come on. I don't know why it's pausing. MC asks, do you need the same favor everywhere to get max legendary levels, or do you need more favor somewhere? You need favor everywhere except Turn of Fortune's Wheel, Vecna Eve of Ruin, and Tales of the Champions. So you need the same, you need to get like, ultimately, you'd need over 100 favor in all of those places. You don't need it right away. You don't need it right away. That's what, you know, people, you tend to have the favor before you need it, is what I'm saying. So basically the way it works is, to go there's this minimum required favor threshold for you to hit the upgrade button. So, and it goes up by 5 orders of magnitude every legendary level. So to go from level 1 legendary to level 2, you have to have a minimum of E10 just sitting there stored up before you can hit the button. If you have E9, it won't even let you go from level 1 to 2, right? So it just goes up it goes up for 5 every, you know, it goes up 5 orders of magnitude every level. So just getting to like level 5s, you only need like E25, and that's level 5s is your first goal. E25 you should have, I mean, that's not even going to be a problem for you getting, honestly. Shouldn't be in all of the required places. When you start getting into the E40s, E50 range, like that's like E50 is level 10s. We're already hitting E50 in some places, right? But I also built out a solid goal find group. Now the goal find group's only going to get me 5 to 10 orders of magnitude more than normal, but we'll take it, right? And level 10s, like after you get everybody to 5s and you're like you get all the people you want to 5s, if you want more power, then you go to 10s, then you take everybody up to 10. But the cap is 20, and to even be able to go from 19 to 20 to hit the upgrade button, you need over 100. You need E100 favor minimum. Press the button once. But if you're trying to do that to like 10 legendaries at once that are in the same like campaign linkage, you'd need like E110, right? So, you know, the reality is as you accrue this power, the favor is gonna accrue. You just have to go do the deep favor runs regularly. As you get more power, then go back and check. Like here, we got E53 Ogma. So that told me, oh, all these places that I have E20s or E30s in, I could do favor runs and get higher, you know, except for, you know, Fortune's Favor Wizard 3, right? So that's kind of what we did. We hit E40s in Torm, we hit E49 in Kellenbor, 55 in Helm, 40. We're still at 45 in Tiamat. I think we didn't do a deep favor run there yet, so I think we clear 50. Orals, we could probably clear 50. Bahamut's Trials, we don't care about that. Coralons, we could do another favor run there, probably hit 50. Celestians, I don't know. That one's a little rough. That formation layout sucks. So, you know, we'll have to see. I think we could get into the 40s, right? But as we start accruing leveling up legendaries, we'll be able to push deeper, and thus those numbers are going to go up on their own. And when we do favor runs. Ron says, for my overnight test with Dolores, she wasn't getting me more gems than Deacon. That's interesting. That doesn't seem right, but okay. I wouldn't. It might have to do with the length, like how far you're going, and what, like, do you have? Well, I guess who's in your formation? Oh, because you're using Lae'zel. That's why. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people have tend to go with Whittle in seat 2, and then they don't need Deacon. Then you would do Thalora in seat 1. But if you have Lae'zel, then I guess that's gonna. You're using Lae'zel in C2. That's going to open things up a little for. Going to change things for seat 1. Man. But then eventually, you won't need a Whittle or a Deacon. Eventually, you'll just want Lark. So it's going to change as you go along. Manolier says, but I can't favor dump my Augments to the Vecna or Wheel campaigns if I haven't started them yet. Correct. But you have a week after the event ends. You don't have to dump for a week. And the event has 12 days left. I mean, I don't know where your progress is, but you don't have to worry. Like, if you're not to Vecna or Wheel, you don't need to worry about converting there yet. Is really the truth. So convert to wherever you're actively working on that you might need more favor for blessings and stuff. MC says, so I've not done a deep push for a long time, so my favor is E45 to E50 everywhere to upgrade Legos with. Yeah, but that's going to get you a long ways, right? Like I said, your first goal is to try to get your Legos, all your Legos to 5. Legos short for legendaries. All your Legos to 5. Because that's just going to be a good, efficient use of your scales versus your time, right? Then if you have them, if you have all the ones for your pushing team that are available, because you know, for all the epics you have and they're all the 5, then you can start facing 10. And again, that's, you know, if somewhere in there after 5 you then go do a deep favor run in all the different places. I mean, you're going to need that to level that. You're going to do a forge run to level them up anyway, so that's going to get you more favor. That'll raise your favor as you go along. Should be fine. Yeah, they just don't let you convert into a place with 0 favor, just to prevent any issues, which is good. I realized, did I not put potions in, or did they just wear off? Realized we were going real slow. I think I didn't. I forgot. Just kind of looking for feats from the gold chests now. From the naturally looted ones. I actually have numbers in my Legendary Forge guide. Taking a single item from 1 to 20 takes 35,589 scales. If you have a full legendary champion, it takes 213,534 scales to get them to level 20. But it's just doing one champion at a time or even one item at a time just isn't the efficient way to do it. You want more multipliers. Game's all about strings of multipliers. For efficiency, Killers asks, for efficiency, is it best to concentrate Legos on an Elementor team? No, it's whatever your Trials team is. Like, whatever your deep pushing team and like whatever you're using to push through Trials, probably also your, at least most of your deep pushing team. So for everywhere else. So you want it on that because then that lets you farm those scales. Like that's the snowball you want for power is your Trials team. After you build that power up, if you want to start building patron teams, go for it. Go for it. But I don't know why. I'm curious what the thought process is for Elminster, why you would think Elminster would be most efficient. I don't necessarily get that one. But yeah, no, you want to snowball your Trials team first and foremost, so that you can just rip through tier 10 every week, right? Like shouldn't be a problem, right? Like you just, no matter what your restriction is, you want your team to just destroy your Trials run, your tier 10 Trials every week. That's your first goal. Then you can start looking at other things like patron stuff. Yeah, MC, I get it, but it's really not. Like we're at like 4,551%. Sure, that's an E3 buff, 4.55 EO3. It's a little bit of damage, but you don't go chasing waterfalls just because you want your achievement bonus to be high. Hey, Shavik. Good day to his Trials pre-made and no one else. Oh God, is that a reminder that it's live and I didn't do it yet? I joined it. I did join it. Trials Adventure is waiting for me, but it's got like 14 hours left. It's fine. This Charisma 11, hold on. Charisma 11 speed. All right. Well, I know. I don't want. Here's the thing. When you make a statement like, all the achievement bonuses help a bit, it's like, well, sure, it's a valid statement, but like you have to me, in my mind, you have to also say it's not a lot, but you know, sometimes every little bit help, like because it's not a significant value. These fools on my weekly offer on my main account trying to give me Artemis, Platinum Artemis chests. Like, give me a break. This health item, golden health item for Celise is tempting though. 70% discount. It's actually tempting. I do use Celise as a breaker a lot on my main account. Oh, I did this wrong. Dang it. Oh no, I wasted a potion. Whoops. All right, that can sit up there. Use the Elminster team to push in trials, but only certain people are eligible for Elminster, which is currently the hardest content in the game. Yeah, but that's not your first. Like, so Elminster needs 100 champions unlocked, 250 variants completed, and a ton of 100,000 gems and 10,000 of every patron's currency just to access. And then he does have the hardest content in the game. But the thing is, the champions that are available rotate. So if you start trying to build an Elminster thing, and you have to be very careful about who you're putting legendaries on if they're only for Elminster. You need to make sure they're available for a couple years. Because if they're close to rotating out, then you'll have wasted that time, because then they fall out of Elminster, and then you're like, but I put so many legendaries on them, right? Like, in my opinion, by the time you care about Elminster, because you shouldn't care about him, you shouldn't care about racing towards Elminster. Like, getting the first 4 patrons you want to get, efficiently, right? But then you don't have to worry about racing towards Elminster, in my opinion, because his content is so hard. You just want to be, there's so many other things to do. And so, like, right now, I'm in tier 4 trials. Where do I want to put my legendaries? Not on a future Elminster team. I want to put them on my current trials team to get me up to 10 and to get me snowball in trials. Once you're at tier 10, start making other decisions. Yeah. So there's the total bonus. It's like 3E6 overall. Is that what I have on mine? Yeah, 3.61 EO6% all champs damage is the total achievements bonus, which is the equivalent of 10 areas. 10 areas worth of health increase. Yeah. Again, the achievements will come over time on their own. I just don't want people trying to chase achievements. You get so many golden epics. I only have. I have this one, and that was a weekly offer. The others are shinies. They're not. I don't know how many other goldens I have. Oh, Celeste has a golden that came with a code. I think the rest are all shinies from either a naturally falling shinies from chest packs that came from giveaways, or like they were guaranteed, or the potions of polish I got. I think I got a potion of polish from patrons. I don't think I've gotten all of them yet. I think they're still here. Yeah, still got a lot of them to go. Yeah, gilding, shiny and golden are not required for legendaries. You just need an epic. That's rarity. That's gear rarity. You can't make a legendary without an epic. Doesn't have to be a gilded epic. These are all just different things that boost the power of an item slot. We all started knowing nothing. Maybe not Gar, but you can never tell what's what. Look, I don't have access to it quickly, but oh no, I could find it real quick. Hold on. Garwar's Guide to, what was it called? It's the Liar's Night Adventure. Oh no, hold on. Let me find it real quick. The Trickster's Delight, that's it. There you go. Oldest guide ever. There's my very first event guide. I named it wrong because this is back when I didn't even understand that the Trickster's Delight was the name of the adventure and not the name of the thing I was trying to do. And like, I thought, oh, that's the event, right? No, it wasn't. It's the Liar's Night event, but I got it wrong. The layout is, some things are similar, right? Like it has the formation layout. I figured that out right away, how to make that right away. We put in the information on the adventures and the variants, but all that stuff was first, as were the achievements. I didn't even get to the Krond information until later. And man, when you look at Krond was bad. Krond was real bad. But that guide had so many comments and so much discussion because nobody knew shit back. Yeah. But that was back when an event just came with one champion, so the event guide was the champion guide. And yeah, it doesn't matter where your epics are on a champion. Like the legendary effects aren't tied to the item. Like it has nothing to do with the item. That's the problem. That's the problem with presenting it as a rarity, is people think that going from epic to legendary makes that item more powerful. It doesn't. It adds another effect to the item that has a completely different power scaling. Gilding doesn't affect legendaries at all. And legendaries don't affect the main item at all. It's a whole other thing. They confused everybody when they made it appear as a rarity. There are not any party crashing teams for elements. I mean, Brimstone Angels can probably go in because they just got reworked. But all of them got reworked, so it's not even party crashing. Dungeon Master can always bring somebody in. He can always go there and he can bring somebody in. It's going to take Nohara getting a rework to bring the Black Dice Society in. So I don't know. I mean, the fallbacks are new, so they're in anyway. So, and the absolute adversaries are going to be falling out soon, I think. All right. So every item has the same bonus. Yeah, that's the way the Forge works. Like this list over here, it doesn't matter like what. Like if I come over here, if this list, if you click through these, doesn't change. Like these 6 bonuses are King of Shadows potential bonuses. Doesn't matter. The item doesn't matter. They didn't get that. They didn't get that in depth into it. It was one of those, well, maybe we'll change it later, and then they're like, whenever. It always frustrates me when devs push things live and go, well, this works. So for starters, maybe we'll update later. They never update. But yeah, I mean, that system, remember that system's changing, supposedly, somehow. We'll find out. Yes, MC. The slot, it doesn't matter what item. They all have the same 6 potential bonuses. I think you're confusing things. Pexel. I get the literalness of what you're saying, but ultimately they all have the same potential. Like going to the actual way the legendary system works is you have that, it's a D6, right? Like it's just going to roll, the game's going to roll a D6 the first time you put a legendary on someone, and then it applies that effect. And then when you go to put your second legendary on that champion, it rolls a D5. It basically rolls from the list of what's left. And it does that all the way until you've put until you've gone through all the things. But here's the rub. You would think that means you're going to get one of all of those 6 bonuses will end up 1 on each of the items. That's not the case, because if you reforge an item before you forge a new item, it's going to come from that pool. It's going to switch to something you didn't get yet. So it's just about how many times you either forge or reforge an item. Once you've done that 6 times on one champion, then it becomes a true D6 random every time. Or at least it's supposed to. But then supposedly there's a hidden cap of like 4 of the same type of bonus that it doesn't tell you about, which I hate. I don't know that it always worked. I think they were trying to make it work, but anyway. It has nothing to do with the item. That's really all you need to get. There's 6 bonuses for a champion, and you can chase the ones you want. Pick 2 that you like, spread them out on that, get them on that champion. It's not how it works, because reforging is garbage. So the reality is you're gonna mostly have whatever it ended up as in the first place. You get gold buildings. What buildings? Buildings? I don't know what that meant. Gildings? Is captions calling gildings buildings? Gilding, Gildings. Gilding. Gilding is the actual term for like applying a thin layer of a precious metal to an object. That's why we call it gilding, because we're making it silver and gold. Gold is usually from cash, like from platinum stuff, like purchases in the shop. There are occasionally ways for you to get goldens outside of that, but the vast majority of it is like paying cash. You don't need gold. You don't need the golden epics, really. You don't. You might want it for like a Briv or a Human if you're chasing those speed champions, like, and maxing them out. But you're going to get the same amount of power just from more item levels. But yeah, because like a regular item, like the inner border, so the outer border here is blue, or looks blue to me. The inner is a brown. I call it copper, but some people call it bronze. I think of it as coinage, so to me, copper makes more sense, right? Oh, it was autocorrect. Yeah, that's fine. Shiny looks like this, right? This is the silk. So this is either a natural shiny fell on this item somehow, or a guaranteed one from a cash pack, or a potion of polish, right? All of these things are ways to turn something item or shiny. And then this is the golden, so the golden inner border. This came from a weekly offer, like a platinum bend. There are some in patron shops, but they are for specific champions. They're for evergreens. I highly recommend you don't get them early. Like here's the slot 3 for Olcoria. I think Mert only has the 1. So you don't want to get this right away. What you want to wait to do is wait for the item Olcoria slot 3 to just naturally shiny from opening chests over time. Then you get this, because when you put a golden epic on something that's already shiny, a golden on something that's already shiny, it refunds a potion of polish, and then you can use that potion of polish on event champions. So So this is a way to we treat these goldens in the shop as a way to refund potions of polish that we can use for shining up event champions. Which means you don't want to do them early, and you definitely don't. Somebody was like, so can I just use this potion of polish on that item and then buy that thing and then get a potion of polish back? I'm like, why would you do that? You had the potion of polish in the first place. That doesn't make any sense. You want to just naturally shine the item over time. I was like, why is it taking so long for us to do this? And then I remembered this isn't the speed team. We didn't even make a speed team here. Because there's no gold to get to go anywhere with, right? We're up to E14 Wizards 3. So we're actually getting favor gain as we're just pushing these adventures. Just silly. Increase your gold find for each piece. Yeah, can I buy that? No. God dang it. God dang it. Is he lawful? He is lawful. So I've done by this. Sure. Sure. MC says I don't really know where I want to use my potions of polish. I have 9. So you know, my first place to put them is always a speed team, right? So if I come over here to the speed champions I have, I would have had one on Diana, but we got a golden. I would have one on Ellie. Eliwick's slot 2, right? Just to get more gems out of her. Humon's slot 4. Sentry slot 3. And I stopped there. Because those are the only ones that I care about. This was a natural, or it came out of a chest or something. That doesn't matter. That's not. The other champions that I'm using here don't have items other than Lark. We got the golden from, this was from the thing in Enclave. That's another way you can get goldens. Bardic Perspiration would be Lark's, but I don't think it's necessary at all. Yeah, so I didn't need to put into shinies anywhere else. And we got some naturals in some places otherwise. Once you have your kind of your speed team taken care of, you can look at your pushing team. You can look for anyone with a pre-stack, multiple stacking ability with a pre-stack multiplier. As you can see, we've gotten some naturals in places. This was from a chest pack, but I don't think I've put anyone anywhere else. Trying to look, I don't see any that I've placed myself. Like Briv would need one on his unnatural haste, but I'm not in any hurry to get there. Yeah, everyone else, it was either natural or they just don't have anything. But yeah, you'd want to look in your pushing group for champions. Like, I mean, with King of Shadows in the pushing group, he's got one. I don't remember. Is it this one? I don't remember. Maybe that's why I put it there. No, that was a natural. I don't know. You'd look for those naturally shinies. So like, I have shinies to get from patrons, and they'd go on the fallbacks. They'd go on the fallbacks who have a decent number of item levels. Like Anson, and it would be on this one, Unbreakable Uggy. That's the fallback team pre-stack. So, and I would look for these high item level champions first, because a shiny is boosting the power of the item by 50%. So if you don't have item levels on them yet, it's not going up very much, right? The higher the item levels, the more the power you're getting out of the shiny. The orb for King of Shadows? Oh, okay. I knew it was one of them. So this must have been natural, and we haven't gotten any I haven't been trying to get them from patrons because I wasn't really worried about that for the pushing team just yet. All my focus is still on the speed team in many, many ways. This says the gold chests give you lots of item levels for core and evergreens. Correct. Well, all the natural gold and silvers that you pick up are gonna, like, silvers are gonna do it too. Well, just opening all of those, and then you spend your gems on the golds, you're gonna get a lot. But you get lights levels for event chain, blacksmithing contracts that you get out of gold chests. Yeah, that's what I was just doing. I was just putting blacksmithing contracts on Eliwick. So yeah, I mean, that's when I come over here and I buy a pack of chest contents, I'm getting 25 blacksmithing contracts, so 25 item levels, just straight up. So I don't have to worry about the randomness that, because it would be very random or very RNG based about what I would get out of actually opening the 25 chests. You might get less, right? This guarantees me 25 item levels for every pack, so 1 per chest. And so you just use these to creep up item levels on champions. Blacksmithing contracts are for, like, it's another way to get some item levels. It's not the same thing, but using your blacksmithing contracts gets you event tokens, and then you spend these event tokens in the shop during an event on chest packs for the champions, which we did yesterday. We got Anson to his pity timer. We got somebody else to we got Benwin. No, Benwin's 7 away. Who else do we get? I don't know. We got Rust to their pity timer. That's right. They're not an event champion. They're not an event champion. Eric, 8 away. Really where I want to go, though. You only get 5 packs at the moment. I don't want to put anything, and the Binwin's fine. He's not going to get, but Eric, we need the goal find on. Russ got 3 epics. So did Anson. We already legendaried him. Because they're in our pushing team. So we would want to go over here. So now this is going to give me item levels. It's also going to help me hunt for rarities, right? So let's see. We just got a bunch of... We just added 21 item levels just from those. And then these are all these dupes are item levels. The higher the rarity of the card, the more the item levels you get from the dupe. So like a 6 from a blue, 2 from a green, you're going to get 24 off an epic. We're not going to dupe an epic yet, but when you get to the point where you're duping epics... Dang it! Oh, that's frustrating. That is not... I mean, it's an event epic. We needed it, but that's not what we want. We wanted his gold find one. But see here, we're getting bounty contracts. That's going to give us more event tokens. But you also have a chance to get blacksmithing contracts out of those. Well, he got a 3rd epic, but it wasn't what we wanted. We need this one. We need the slot 4. Too bad. It's too bad. But yeah, so when I pop, like if I come over here, these bounty contracts, they're just going to give me event tokens, like snowflakes right now. But they're going to work for for all events. Hey, I'm back up to 7,500. Keep hunting on Eric. We also want Rust for hire over here. Now that Eric's got 3. I'd almost rather go to Rust. That's what we're going to do. Nope. To get more bounty contracts. Yeah, just remember for Diana, you just need to cap her effect. That doesn't mean you need to cap the item. So if you get her feats, her cap is lower. That's why I'm That's why I'm at 100 level, item level 101. Her effect is capped. I don't have to get to her actual item level cap. That's why I love Diana's build for new players. So that lets me not focus here for speed. It lets me focus like here for gems, right? Like working on this. Lets me focus on other champions for speed. So yeah, I mean, you know, just figure out the smart place for your item levels. I try to balance them across the speed champions that have items that level up their speed effect. Those are the only speed champions that are getting item levels right now. We're just not generating enough gems for me to like build everyone in the speed team up, unfortunately. But one day, maybe. Yep, all right. It's a new leaf, a gold new leaf chest for the weekend. Buffs, the calm. The new leaf weekend. Hitch, Tyrol, Dark Urge, Shadowheart, and Finwin. What new leaf is that referencing? Didn't get anything I care about. All right. Like you're basically with those weekend chests, you're just hoping for an epic on somebody. You turned over a new leaf? But I don't know. I don't know. This is one of the grossest backgrounds in Idle Champions. Basically intestines. No thanks. Would have been great if you got a permanent mage hand as the Dark Urge when playing the scene through. I mean, you do. Literally. But not the way you're talking. But not the way you're talking. Farming patron currency is very boring. Yeah. Yeah. Got an epic item and Binwin's crit chance feat from the same gold chest. Nice. Nice. How far are we going on this one? I should have used 2 15-minute potions. Should have used 2 15-minute potions. Oh. I mean, you can make the Dark Urge Bard in Baldur's Gate 3, so that would work. The Dark Urge is the only customizable, fully customizable origin character. It's just the default one is the one we see in the game. But you can make them whatever you want. I made mine a human monk called John Wick. So, you know. Can you withers all origin character? Maybe. But I mean, you start the game, you can customize the Dark Urge before you ever hit play, before you go do anything, you can make them whatever you want. But I mean, but withers is just for like making their classes and stuff, to be clear. Like Dark Urge is fully customizable. You pick their species, you pick their classes, you do whatever you want. The Dark Urge is whatever you want the Dark Urge to be. Yeah, the next time I sit down and play through Baldur's Gate 3, it's going to be a Carlock playthrough. You haven't even made it in the inn in Act 2 in your first playthrough? No. I've done 3 playthroughs. 2 of them were on stream. Didn't know gold chest could drop 2 epics from the same chest. Oh yeah, you can get 3. You can have up to and a gold chest can drop up to 3 pieces of gear, and they could all technically be epics. Technically, the chance of that happening is very low, but with the amount of people the amount of gold chests that get open in this game, it's happened a few times. I've seen screenshots. Yeah. Just like I've seen somebody open a regular silver chest and get a shiny level 1 item, right? Like that's the first piece of gear on a champion, you know, and it's they got the shiny and it's level 1. Level 1 shiny is like the most ridiculous thing, but I've seen it. Mango's 10 steps across the quad. In theory, all 3 can even be shot. Yeah. Yeah. You can only get 1 feat from a chest, is my understanding. But every piece of gear that drops could be a shiny. Could be an epic and could be a shiny. I haven't seen that screenshot. Speaking of games to play, I was thinking we'd play a different game a little later. Like put this up in the picture-in-picture and play something else. It is Friday after all. It is Friday. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Further than my Bexel says, further than my wife would ever get, she spends 10 hours in Sims for making the character. Man, back when that superhero MMO came out, now I can't remember. City of Heroes? Anyway, I think I made a half a dozen characters for that. I just kept coming up with ideas and making new characters, and I barely even played the first character, like maybe an hour of it, and then I was just making new characters, not to play, just to make them and come up with like the what's this one? Oh, and this is how they look. That was all I did. But more time doing that than I spent playing the actual game. It's tough to ask for no Baldur's Gate 3 spoilers. I mean, I don't want people out here just ruining everything, but you have to understand the game is years and years old now. So I will try to protect the chat as much as I can, hopefully so nobody's being a jerk, but I will time people out if they start being a jerk. But the reality is it's been years. There's a time limit how long you can get protected from spoilers. I wish that Nimero says, I wish there was an option to communicate with Trials members. No, you don't. My DPS is lower than this. Doesn't matter. But you don't want people, you don't want anyone in this game talking to you. They used to have that. This button down here that says join the Idle Champions Discord used to be an in-game chat, and it was the most Isley of Idle Champions. It was not a place you wanted to go to. But yeah, I mean, and the one place in the game that creates the most vitriol and anger and frustration, Trials. You definitely don't want to chat in there. We need a chat feature for Devil. No, that chat feature would just need to go from us straight to the devs. Just ping up on the devs clients, pop open a window anytime you chat in it. Can you imagine? Pro tip, don't name your RPG characters after the person you're dating, because when you break up, you never want to play that character again. That's... Also, don't give them your real name. Back when Star Wars Galaxies came out, my roommate... I called my roommate when I saw it at, like, Costco. And I was like, oh, the Star Wars MMO, like that EverQuest game our roommate plays. And because he and I were really into Star Wars... But we didn't really get excited about EverQuest. And I was like, yeah, I'm like looking at the specs and I'm like, I'm going to have to build a new computer. So we should start this around the same time. He was like, yeah, totally. I got home later that day. He'd already bought it, installed it, and was playing it. That jerk. And he named his character his own first name. And he quickly hated it. He was like, I get so mad when I'm playing this game because people are saying mean things and using my name, and I'm taking it personally. And so he had to delete that character and start over again with just something that was nothing like him and with his just some random name, just so that. And I was like, yeah, you should have done that from the beginning. What were you even thinking, man?
even made his character look like himself. Like he was trying to live in the Star Wars universe. I get it, but yeah, you can't do that when you're running around PvP and getting people sending you, you know, horrible messages after you kill them and stuff. Uh, don't give people you're dating your real name. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I've never come close to using. I mean, Garwar was from the Sherwook name generator in Star Wars Galaxies, so Garwar's been my online game, like my main character name in all but one MMO. And then it wasn't the main character there because it just made no sense. Like that game wanted, it was a pirate game and they wanted a first and a last name, and Garwar back then didn't have a last name, so I tried to split it up as Gar as the first name and Awar as the second name, but then they would call me Captain Awar, and it was like, oh, this is silly. So I figured that out in beta, and then when it went live, I created William Obvious. So then all the NPCs in the game called me Captain Obvious. Fantastic. That was great. I get messages from people who, like, when I'm sailing around on the open ocean, they'd just be like, you know, all caps, LOL, like, and then I just figured out your name. That's the best thing ever. I would get that message at least once a week. At least once a week. All right, the Heart of Havoc. It's the second rod part. That's what we're chasing rods. Chasing rod parts. Giggity. But it wasn't until I played Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning, that Garwar became Garwar Grudgekeeper. Even then, I had a lot of different. Like you could just go to a NPC and change your last name all the time. Like you had to go to an NPC to give yourself a last name, but then you could go change it anytime you wanted. I had all kinds of names. All right, I think we're gonna set this up here. Oh no, wait, I have something up here. What is it? Hold on, I have my other client up there. Oh, I forgot. I'm doing a trials run. Hold on. Ah, Jesus. Okay. This will go on this side. And I'm going to pause the music. Pause the music. And we will make this picture in picture. And then we will change the game. Uh-oh. No, that's not it. Where's the... That right there. Okay. That needs to go away. Let's fire up new game. Try out. I guess I said start the game. Why are you asking me that? Are you gonna play? Ah, Killer Scorpion. Gotcha. Okay. Yes, that's fine. Move forward. Music's a little loud.